Hello.
So proud of this super talented guy because the story, people, has begun. And we're talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. This latest installment of the Power series takes viewers back to the 90s when Kanan Stark was just a teen with lots of potential.
Stuyvesant is one of the best high schools in the country.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
But I want to change schools.
There isn't enough time to fully prepare Kanan for the entrance exam, but I am betting that just based on what he already has stored up in that ample brain of his, he'll do quite well. It's a brand new school building with a pool, 5 gymnasiums, 12 science labs, and escalators.
First? Escalators?
The building costs $150 million.
That's real money.
The most expensive.
Yeah, that's some real talent too. And the young man behind this much talked about character joins us now. Please give it up for actor and musician, Mekhi Curtis.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mekhi. I am so excited for you. I am like, you'd think I was sharing your paycheck with you, but I'm not. Unless you want to. I will not say no if you want to. But here's the deal. Congrats are in order because even before the season premiered, you guys were already renewed for season 2. And Kanan, if the people who watch Power, I said it earlier, super fans of Power, know that Kanan is now.
Kanan.
Yeah, so now you're the person that gets to tell us what happened with him, what before we got to know Kanan. So talk to us about what you're bringing to us, what we're gonna find out through this first season.
Well, yeah, like you said, fans of Power know that Kanan is, he's pretty wild. But with Raising Kanan, we're getting to tell the story of how he became so wild, which is pretty exciting. It's pretty dope to, get to go back in time and really dive into this character's storyline, see what makes him tick, and just really get into what molded him into the person we saw in the original Power. Which is super exciting. That's what the whole story of Raising Kanan is. It's about, influence. It's about his environment, and it's about the choices he has to make inside of this environment and how that, leads him to what we saw before.
All right, so being the great stalker that I am, professional stalker that I am, stop laughing at my career. This is what I do for real. That's my talent. I'm a professional stalker. I heard that when you went in to read, you didn't even know you were reading for Kanan. You thought you were reading just for a role on Power. What? When did you realize then that it was for Kanan?
My last audition, I auditioned a total of 3 times, and the last one is when they told me, "Hey, you're auditioning for Raising Kanan, and you're gonna play Kanan." And at that moment, it kind of just, shell shocked. It was wild, tunnel vision, everything slowed down for a second. But I was excited, because as a fan of Power, I was getting to step into a universe and a show that I've already loved. Again, that was kind of my whole mindset coming into the audition was, even though I didn't know what Power it was Power. And that was what was dope enough for me is, I could have got shot at the end of the episode. But I didn't care because it was something I was so, passionate about myself that, I was just willing to do whatever I had to do. And I left it all in the room that day. And, here we are now talking about Raising Kanan and how I'm playing Kanan with such an incredible cast and surrounded by such amazing people.
But Tina Miller, I know your TV mom. Tell her I said hi. She probably won't remember me because no one does, which is fine. But just I'll stalk her again and then I remind her because she was a guest on our show and she was supposed to teach me Pilates. So tell her I said hi. I can't wait to talk to her because I haven't yet.
I'm gonna let her know she got to get you back with the Pilates lesson. She's gonna get you right.
I knew we were like this. I knew like the moment I remember seeing your picture when they said they had cast you like in all these like articles and stuff from Variety to Hollywood Reporter, everyone's saying they found their Kanan. And I was like, all right, New Jersey's very own too. So what did you watch? And did you watch with your parents? Because you said your parents got you into the Power series itself. So did you watch with your parents and how was it?
I did watch with my parents. It's literally, like every Sunday or whatever, my father and my mother would be sitting in the living room and, I'd kind of just be passing through. Wasn't really paying attention for like the first 3 seasons maybe. But just, again, walking through the living room, seeing them every couple of days, watching it. And, I eventually started getting my little interested, and I sat down one day and was like, oh, this is a dope show.
Yeah.
So that's when I went back and, I watched it all the way through and caught back up. And then that's how we wound up here where I'm auditioning for Power at this point because I had become so invested and like really so, just excited about the show. It was like I was sitting there watching it watching a scene with Michael Rainey and Tori Naughton, of all people. And that's when I was like, yo, I would love to be on Power. And a week later, here my team comes with the audition.
Come on. This is like
Crazy.
It is. But you know how many times I've watched something I said, "Oh, I wish I could be on stage on Beyonce with Beyonce." It doesn't happen for me because you need the talent. So it worked for you because you have the talent. So there you go.
Thank you.
And also another thing is, like we talked about Patina Miller being on the show, Omar Epps, Mario Van Peebles directed also on one of the episodes. What?
Yes.
And then you get to work with Fiddy because he does the voiceover and he also does the opening song. Seriously, you are in the presence of greatness.
Surrounded by goats. I'm beyond excited. It's such an experience that I'm like, just really trying to take in and understand. These are people I've grown up watching and admired. These are part of the reasons I even got into what I'm doing. So to be able to work in such, close quarters with them and have them, see me in such a light, and I get to again showcase these things that I've even learned from just watching them and all these things over these years, to actually be able to be in the same space with them and share conversations and share the same passions.
Stop making me jealous,
it's
Makai,
amazing.
because I can't be in their presence.
Because
listen, I have restraining orders, so you can be in their presence, like having conversations. I can't. I'll end up in jail, Makai. Why are you laughing? I'm being serious. This is my truth. But here's the deal. Here's what we have in common. I don't have the cool people in common with you, but you're from Jersey.
You do have the cool people in common. What are you talking about? Yes,
Except you.
Jersey stand up.
Well, so where were you born in? Do you want to give any shout outs to your Jersey people? I live in Jersey now. Are your parents still in Jersey? Word.
I'm back in Jersey now that I'm shooting the show. I'm splitting times in between the coasts.
Okay.
But yeah, you know.
Another stalking victim. Do you want to give any shout outs to your Jersey people?
Shout out all Neptune. That's the hometown. They've been holding it down for all these years. Everybody's showing love. They should be excited to watch the show. So yeah, shout out to Neptune. That's where I grew up.
I am going to Google distance from Weehawken to Neptune. Tell your parents, family barbecues.
That's crazy. My pops grew up in Newark. He went to Weehawken High School. So it's.
This was meant to be, Makai. Tell your parents,
Exactly.
I'll be over. Barbecues, family reunions. You'll be seeing me.
We get into it next week. Episode 2. You want to come through?
Okay, Makai, be careful what you say on television because they're rolling on this. I have my evidence. When we end up on Judge Judy or Judge Jerry, you cannot deny it.
I can't run from it.
Okay, then. I will be seeing you at your parents' barbecue. Parents, he gave me permission to show up. Such a pleasure to meet you. We will reunite at the barbecue, family reunion, etc. Everyone, you can't come to the barbecue because it's family only. So the rest of you can catch him on Sunday nights on Stars and Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Thank you, Makai. See you soon. Congrats to you. Woo, woo, woo.